I'll begin. First question, the Protecting the Right to Organize Act, or the PRO Act, is a significant and controversial piece of legislation Democrats have championed for years. And it's not pro-worker, it's pro-big union. To my mind, being pro-worker means defending the right of all workers, including those who decide they don't want to join a union. Now, you co-sponsored the PRO Act as a member of Congress. Yes or no, do you still support the PRO Act?
Thank you, Chairman Cassidy. It was great to visit with you. I know how important this issue is to you, and as it was said today, I recognize that I'm no longer the lawmaker, and I do not believe that the Secretary of Labor should write the laws. It will be up to Congress to write those laws and to work together. What I believe is that the American worker deserves to be paid attention to. That was President Trump and I's conversation in supporting the American worker. How important that is. I will not be that lawmaker anymore, but I was working for Oregon's 5th Congressional District and representing that. I wanted to be at that table. I never want to be left out of a conversation where we can talk about the American worker and how important that is. And I respect the right of the right to work states, and I have said that. The bill was imperfect. I understand that, and I'm no longer the lawmaker.
Okay. Now, the PRO Act, just to continue on that, would significantly impact franchisees and small businesses by increasing corporate control of their operations, or at least assuming that there's increased corporate control. This is yet another giveaway to large labor unions. It would make it easier to negotiate, the union to negotiate with large corporations instead of directly with the small business owner who actually employs the worker. So, question, do you believe federal law should prioritize policies that help small businesses thrive rather than imposing new regulatory hurdles which could hinder their success?
Senator, it's important for recognizing that the president's goal is to uplift all business owners and uplift all American workers. Understanding the franchise business model is important to the American workforce. I supported the overturning of the NLRB rule on joint employer to support the franchise business model and supported the president in this. And I align that this is important to grow this economy and recognize the flexibility in people choosing where they want to do business.
So by that, am I to take that you would commit to reexamining DOL's joint employer guidance to provide small businesses with a clear roadmap on the issue?
Yeah, thank you, Senator. Certainly, if confirmed, I'll be looking at all regulations and determining and looking at all of these rules and regulations, and specifically that one.
And I think the small employer wants that clear roadmap.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Next question. Approximately 27 million workers work as independent contractors, including working moms, caregivers, self-employed business owners. Now, for many, the flexibility of independent work is essential to balancing personal responsibilities and earning a living for their family. I will point out that the PRO Act tried to impose a one-size-fits-all rule, which, as was done in California, disrupted livelihoods instead of helping workers. So question, if confirmed as Secretary, will you commit to refrain from implementing any rules stripping independent contractors of flexibility they need to provide for their families and to simultaneously contribute to the American economy?
Thank you, Senator. Certainly, we'll commit to understanding this. I know the president in the first administration set out that rule, and the parameters is very important to him on the flexibility of who is an independent contractor and who is an employee, and that they're properly classified. But I commit to working with you on supporting independent contractors through this process, because that flexibility is what needed. I understand, as you're mentioning in the PRO Act, but again, as I mentioned, that bill wasn't perfect, and these are those conversations that needed to be had, and supporting that independent contractor is key to growing this economy.
Now, supporting that independent contractor, and something I'm very interested in, is how do we provide the independent contractor with more affordable health and retirement benefits without losing that work flexibility? If you will, the employer, the person contracting with them, not an employer, would nonetheless be able to give them access to such benefits. I'm asking you if you will work with me and with our committee on legislation to make sure that the independent worker and the small business are able to get the affordable benefits available to ordinary employees at larger companies.
Yes, sir. I will commit to working with you wholeheartedly on this issue.
With that, I will yield to Chairman Sanders, the ranking member Sanders.
I'll take the chairman.
Thank you, Chairman.